Ocasio Cortez digs her grave even deeper, makes a statement on the press that has many calling BS, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. As the fake news media rallies against President Trump, falsely claiming he is silencing the free press, Democrat socialist darling Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez actually locked the press out of a recent town hall. After facing tremendous backlash, Ocasio-Cortez is now offering up an excuse from excluding the press. According to the clueless gaffe machine, she wanted to create a safe space where people could talk about sensitive topics like immigration, healthcare, and housing. From Town Hall, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a rising star in the Democratic Party, but also its far left flank. Some have called her the future. You can take that as a bad thing, given that her agenda will cost us tens of trillions of dollars over the next decade. The three-decade projections soar into hundreds of trillions. Well, to be exact, 218 trillion. Or view that as a sign of GOP wins for the next decade due to voters suffering from the sticker shock. Her inability to grasp basic economics also doesn't work in her favor. Still, she gained prominence into clipping incumbent Democratic Congressman Joe Crowley. She's earned her time in the sun. But like Icarus, she may already be flying too close to the sun. She recently shut out the press at a recent town hall event. And the reason her campaign gave was that they wanted to create a, quote, safe space via Queen's Chronicle. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted on Monday that stops on her listening tour throughout the district, like the one held a day earlier in Corona, are intended for for lively, compassionate disclosure with a diversity of viewpoints. This is all taking place in New York. According to the Democratic nominee in the 14th Congressional District, she and the dozens of area residents who attended the event talked about race, immigration, healthcare, disability rights, and housing. But unless you were in the room on Sunday, you won't know what specific community problems were mentioned or how Ocasio-Cortez planned to address them once she is sworn in. According to Ramos Rios and campaign spokesman Corbin Trent, that unwanted attention led to a press ban, both for last Wednesday's listening tour stop in the Bronx and Sundays in Corona. We wanted to help create a space where community members felt comfortable and open to express themselves without the distraction of cameras and press. These were the first set of events where the press has been excluded, Trent said. This is an outliner and will not be the norm. We're still adjusting our logistics to fit Alexandria's national profile. The candidate herself tweeted similar statements when criticized by the press. Ocasio-Cortez called the controversy a, quote, non-story. Oh, this is great. She's a public figure. She's running for office. But let's have safe spaces and shut out the press. All of this while the national news media establishment thinks press freedom is under threat by President Trump. Trump will blast you on stage. He'll mock the liberal media. But say what you will, he's available. Even ABC News' political director admitted that the Trump White House is more accessible than when Obama was in office. The Washington Post's Song Min Kim noted the lack of self-awareness here, while RNC spokesperson Kylie McEnany joked that a socialist shut down the press, which is in keeping with other far-left authoritarian regimes, tolerate media freedoms. They don't. So, in other words, when they're socialistic, they don't allow freedom of press, you see? And that is actually true because they try to silence conservative voices, right? So now Ocasio, Cortez, and the Obama office are dealing with the press the same way, but yet they blame Trump of shutting out the media. And now the media is coming out that Trump is more accessible than the rest of these socialist critics. So, you know, we see today in the news about what happened in Venezuela. And so Ocasio-Cortez is now shoving $218 trillion a bill on the taxpayers. Yeah, just follow along. She shuts out the press because she wants them to feel safe. Yeah, that's the reason. Because the media will call her out on what she's saying, her ridiculous statements, and they're going to call her out, and she doesn't want to get flustered. Yeah, that's basically it. Because they promise you, but somebody has to pay for this. Who's going to pay for that? Oh, I got it. The people who go to work. And meanwhile, everybody else, and your immigrants and whatnot, illegals actually, not immigrants, and everything else. So the American taxpayer has to foot the bill for this. Let's see how well she's going to do in the polls, because this one is not if this is the future of the Democratic Party, they are going to lose and lose bigly, like Donald Trump says. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.